It was a bright, golden morning in the village of Meadowridge, nestled between rolling hills and verdant fields. The sun's first rays kissed the dewladen grass, casting a shimmering glow over the landscape. Birds flitted from tree to tree, their songs blending into a harmonious chorus that filled the crisp air. It was a day made for listening, a day that promised tales and secrets whispered by nature herself. In the heart of the village lived a young girl named Elara. Elara had always been different from the other children. While they played games and chased each other through the meadows, she preferred to sit under the old oak tree at the edge of the village, her ears attuned to the world around her. Her mother often found her there, eyes closed, a serene smile on her face as she listened to the wind rustling the leaves, the distant murmur of the brook, and the calls of the woodland creatures. Today was no different. As the village began to stir, Elara made her way to her favorite spot, carrying a small woven basket filled with fresh bread and berries. She settled herself under the ancient oak, its gnarled branches arching protectively overhead, and took a deep breath, letting the symphony of the morning wash over her. Elara's keen sense of hearing was more than just a preference, it was a gift. She could hear things others couldn't, like the soft whispers of the trees and the quiet conversations of the animals. This gift had been passed down through generations of her family, though it was not often spoken of. Elara's grandmother, who had shared the same ability, had told her that those who truly listened could understand the language of the earth itself. As she sat, Elara closed her eyes and let her mind drift. The sounds of the village faded away, replaced by the natural melodies she cherished. She listened to the rustle of a family of rabbits in the underbrush, the bubbling chutter of the brook as it danced over smooth stones, and the distant, mournful call of a lone owl returning to its roost after a night of hunting. Suddenly, a new sound caught her attention, a soft, musical chime, like the delicate tinkling of crystal. It was faint but unmistakable, and it seemed to come from deep within the forest. Elara's curiosity was piqued. She had never heard anything like it before. Driven by an inexplicable urge, she stood and followed the sound, her steps light and cautious on the forest floor. The deeper she ventured into the woods, the clearer the sound became. It was enchanting, almost otherworldly, and it drew her onward like a moth to a flame. She passed familiar landmarks, the hollow log where foxes sometimes made their den, the tall, slender birch trees that stood like sentinels along the path, but soon found herself in a part of the forest she had never explored. The trees here were older, their trunks thick and their branches heavy with moss. The air was cooler, and the light that filtered through the canopy had a greenish hue. Elara paused for a moment, feeling a mixture of awe and trepidation. She was far from home, but the sound beckoned her, a siren call she could not resist. At last, she emerged into a small clearing. In the center stood a stone fountain, ancient and covered in ivy. Water flowed from the mouth of a carved lion's head, falling into a crystal-clear pool that sparkled in the dappled sunlight. Surrounding the fountain were stone benches, worn smooth by centuries of use, and a variety of wildflowers that added splashes of color to the scene. Elara approached the fountain, her eyes wide with wonder. The musical chime was coming from the water itself, each droplet producing a pure, bell-like note as it fell into the pool. She knelt beside the fountain, entranced by the melody. It was then that she noticed something even more astonishing. The water's surface was reflecting images, not of the clearing, but of distant places and times. She saw vast deserts, their dunes rippling in the wind, towering mountains, their peaks wreathed in clouds, and bustling cities, filled with people from every corner of the world. Each scene was accompanied by its own unique sounds, blending seamlessly with the music of the fountain. Elara realized she was witnessing the stories of the earth, playing out before her like a grand, eternal tapestry. As she watched, the images shifted again, this time showing a lush, green valley much like her own. She saw a young woman, strikingly similar to herself, sitting under a tree, listening intently to the sounds around her. The scene changed to show the same woman, older now, sharing her knowledge with a group of children, teaching them to listen and understand the language of the earth. Elara's heart swelled with a sense of connection and purpose. She understood now that her gift was not just for her own enjoyment, but for the benefit of others. She had the ability to bridge the gap between nature and humanity, to help people rediscover the ancient wisdom that had been forgotten in the rush of modern life. With this newfound clarity, Elara rose and made her way back to the village. The journey seemed shorter this time, as if the forest itself was guiding her home. As she emerged from the woods, she was greeted by the familiar sights and sounds of Meadow Ridge. The villagers were going about their day, oblivious to the extraordinary discovery she had made. Elara knew she had a responsibility to share what she had learned. She began by gathering the village children and taking them on walks through the forest, teaching them to listen and observe. She showed them how to identify different bird calls, how to understand the rustling of leaves, and how to find peace in the gentle babble of the brook. Word of Elara's teaching spread, and soon adults were joining the sessions, eager to reconnect with the natural world. The village thrived as its inhabitants learned to live in harmony with their surroundings. They became more attuned to the seasons, more respectful of the land, and more compassionate toward the creatures with whom they shared it. Years passed, and Elara grew older, but her dedication never wavered. She became a respected elder, known for her wisdom and kindness. The old oak tree at the edge of the village remained her favorite spot, and she continued to visit it often, listening to the ever-changing symphony of life. In this way, the gift of listening transformed not just a single day, but an entire community, creating a lasting bond between humanity and nature that would endure for centuries to come. Thanks for watching.